Switch on your machine and turn the indicator to high. This thermometer will tell you the temperature of the machine. In about 13 minutes, the thermometer will read 250 degrees. When the thermometer reaches 250 degrees, turn the indicator to position 4. If the temperature keeps going up, turn the indicator a little lower. If the temperature drops, turn the indicator up a bit. Soon it will stabilize at 250 degrees and stay there. Now we're ready to set the type and imprint. We're going to imprint Kingsley on a sheet of stationery. First, you need the type holder. The type holder keeps the letters centered and straight. Pick a capital K from your type box. You'll notice that there are 2 grooves on one side, 1 groove on the other. To imprint the top of a page, set type left to right, with the 1 groove facing you. To imprint the bottom of a page, like Christmas cards, set the type right to left, with 2 grooves showing. Since we're imprinting stationery, we've got 1 groove showing. Tap the letters in evenly, using spacers to center the letters on this mark, and tighten. Then the letters will line up perfectly centered when you put the type holder into the machine. These are the 2 adapter sleeves, one for a single line of type, the other for a 2-line type holder, or any of the die holders. That's all there is to it. Insert the type holder into the machine, make sure it's snug, allow a few minutes for the type to heat up. Now we're ready to load the foil. First, choose the color and width of foil you need. Line up these dog ears with the indicating line on the hub. Hold the hub in place and turn the foil toward you until it stops. Now the foil can roll out freely. Make sure the foil goes under this guide. Pull the foil to the front of the machine and clip it to the wooden spool. On the front, use these guides to keep the foil centered on the spool. Because there are many widths of foil to handle all sorts of jobs, this bracket slides and can be adjusted to 1, 1.5, 2, 3, and 4 inches, so the foil will be automatically centered. This adjustable foil feed lets you control the amount of foil that goes through the machine with each pull of the handle. For imprinting 3 lines, you need even more foil, so remove this stop pin. Now the head can travel further and pull more foil. But for 1 or 2 lines, just move the locking screw, up for 1 line, down for 2 lines. Since we're imprinting a single line of type, leave the stop pin in, like this, and the foil feed up at the 1-line mark. Are you still with me? Of course, after you've worked with your Kingsley a few times, setup becomes almost automatic, so don't worry if you can't remember every step right now. These are the cushion boards. You must always use one to protect the type from the metal base plate of the machine. Because they're clear plastic, you can see what you're doing. An S marks the soft board. Use it with most stationery or whenever you're imprinting more than 1 line. The medium board is for Christmas cards and most paper items. This hard board is for thin leather goods and playing cards, so the imprint won't show through. Just one more step and we're ready to print. This is the gauge bar. Place the cushion board on the base plate, then clamp the gauge bar over it. See the markings down the side of the base plate? They let you determine how far from the top of the page you want the imprint to be. We want to stamp 1 inch from the top of the page, so we set the gauge bar at the 1-inch mark of the base plate. Our paper is 6 inches wide, so we set this clip at half that, or 3 inches, so the paper will be perfectly centered. Now comes the fun part. Just insert the paper like this, up against the gauge bar and the clip. Bring the handle down with a light, easy swing until the type touches the paper. Then press, holding down for a second or 2. Release, keeping your hand on the handle. Don't let the handle snap back. And that's it! You've created a piece of professionally personalized merchandise. But the Kingsley machine isn't limited to imprinting stationery. For napkins, use the napkin guide. Put the medium cushion board over it and clamp with the gauge bar. Then pull the handle, press a moment, and slowly release. See how simple it is? To imprint matchbook covers, use the special cushion board match guides. You can imprint square or on the diagonal. If the used foil starts to build up on your front spool, just cut the roll here. Hold this ratchet back and pull the foil off. Reclip the foil and you're ready to go again. To imprint pencils, use this attachment. Christmas cards are a popular item every year. The 8x10 base plate makes it easy to imprint Christmas cards and other large items. The plain card attachment lets you quickly imprint half a deck at a time. Just stamp, pull the top card out, then stamp again. When imprinting leather goods, always use genuine 23-karat gold. First, make a blank impression to smooth out the grain. Now insert the gold and stamp. It's important that leather be held firmly in place to get a perfect impression, so be sure and use the Bible gauge bar to keep it in position. For luggage, attaché cases, or desk accessories, use the Kingsley nameplate. You're guaranteed a perfect imprint, and you're not taking a chance on damaging the merchandise. Use the gauge bar to center the plate. The plate fits into the frame. The pressure-sensitive frame then attaches to the merchandise. You've been absorbing a lot of information over the last few minutes, so you might want to watch the tape several times just to make sure you follow each step as it comes along. Here are some hints that might make it even easier for you to master your Kingsley imprinting machine. 250 degrees is the best temperature for most imprinting, but that can change depending on the type of foil you're using and the material you're imprinting. Be sure to make a sample imprint on scrap. Then, if you need to, adjust the temperature. If your imprint is blurred or filled in, your machine is too hot, or you've held the handle down too long. If you don't get a complete imprint, your machine is too cold. A little practice is all you need to be an expert. Some people need to imprint large numbers of items very quickly. For them, Kingsley developed the air-operated machines. This machine is identical to the hand machine except air supplies the pressure. The length of time the type is pressed against the foil is controlled electronically. Connect the end of the air hose to the fitting at the rear of the control box. Be careful not to over-tighten. Best average pressure for one-line work is around 20 psi. 2 or 3 lines may require as much as 50 or 60 psi. Your air compressor is very efficient and requires almost no maintenance. The compressor plugs into a wall socket just like the imprinting machine. It's a sealed unit and never needs oil. The air-operated machine is equipped with the drain, and it must be emptied every day. Make sure the machine is off. Push up this stem, a little moisture will be released. Never remove this plastic guard from your machine. It's there to prevent injury. Plug in the foot pedal. It's a twist lock, so turn it away from you. Use the machine handle to line up your work. Then remove the handle. The machine will not operate with the handle in place. To get started, use the Kingsley type we set earlier. Set the pressure to 40 pounds. The dwell control sets the time the type is in contact with the foil. Set the dwell control to 7. Turn the bypass switch to off and press the foot pedal. Keep the pedal down. The head comes up automatically when the cycle is complete. Now release the foot pedal. See, it works great. Even though it's so much faster, the air-operated machine gives you the same perfect results. With this tape and your reference manual, you'll be turning out perfectly imprinted items.